Gerard Martinez here for USCFootball.com with Dan Weber, and we're here at the second scrimmage at the Coliseum for USC Fall Camp. And Dan, talk to me a little bit, just the highlights of this scrimmage and what you saw in terms of improvement and progression from the USC football team.
I think the highlights, essentially, you're talking defense. You're talking the ability to turn the ball over, take it away, deflect passes, come up with 4 interceptions. You consider last year they only had 9 in 12 games, so a 4 interception day was a good thing. It was a very odd scrimmage. First team, the starters, the established guys basically started out running laps and doing cardio, riding the bikes in the end zone. I think that really put them off their game. Lane admitted that it probably did, that kind of thing probably shouldn't frustrate you, but they were frustrated, and then they were also frustrated by a defense that, put a hit right on Silas Redd's where he'd gotten a stinger earlier in the week. His hand went numb a little bit on the very first play. Kevin Seymour came across and knocked the ball loose, so that set the tone for the day. A 5-turnover day for the offense, but that's a plus for the defense.
And we saw the walk-on defense actually go against the first team for a while there and keep them out of the end zone for a long time. It seems like the younger players, this was definitely one of those scrimmages where I think the coaching staff wanted to evaluate some of these younger guys. One guy that keeps standing out and gets a lot of first-team reps is Leonard Williams. We saw him again today, early get some first-team reps, and he came in with the second team. He's getting a lot of run. Talked to Gerard just after the scrimmage, and he was pretty excited about Leonard Williams, saying that he's about 285, doesn't really think physically he has to get him a lot better. It's really just the mental part of the game. What have you seen from some of these young players? Who's standing out for you right now?
Well, I think you mentioned Leonard, and I think what we noticed was when they decided Leonard would be able to play both positions, nose, and he'd also be able to be in there, with Yuko, and he'd also be able to back up Yuko, so that they'd have a three-man rotation. The guy everybody was talking about was Gerald Bowman. They thought he stepped up today, that today was his day. He was excited. I guess he's TJ McDonald's roommate, and I guess TJ really got him ready for today's game. So TJ was thrilled about the way Gerald played. And then how could you not say something about, freshman middle linebacker Scott Starr? Two interceptions against, when you figure the entire team had 9 last year, he gets 2 today. I mean, he was, the defense really looked locked in, really looked comfortable. Lane said, a tribute, look at the 2 new coaches. You got Scotty Hazelton and Marvin Sanders going with Ed Orgeron now, and I think that's kind of a pretty good combination. I think what you saw today was a result of those 3 guys, the way they coach. And then, Monty basically has people that are ready to play and do what he wants them to do, and they really did it today.
And Silas Redd, you talked about that fumble, and he was really upset about that fumble, said he felt like he let his team down. Marquise Lee also had a play there where he shoved one of the walk-on cornerbacks, Ryan Dillard, and kind of got a little bit frustrated because Ryan Dillard was pass interference and holding him maybe a little bit too much, and he apologized to the team after the scrimmage as well. So we're seeing some of that leadership. Silas Redd in an interesting position because he's a new guy. How much can a guy like that's new, yet he's still an upperclassman because he's going to be a junior, how much is he going to be able to kind of talk about, stepping up the pace and being a leader? Do you think he's one of those guys that's going to have to kind of just let guys like Robert Woods and Marquise Lee and Matt Barkley step up and say stuff?
I don't think so at all. I think he really understands his role. He's part of that group. He's part of the family. He's totally, I think, accepted as a leader. I mean, he was telling me the other day, so I feel like I started here, that I didn't miss 2 years here, that I'm really a part of the group. So I think what he says, will go. I think they know that the offense probably didn't get it right today and was a little bit out of sorts, and it wasn't all their fault. But as Silas said, no excuses. We can't make excuses. And I think one of the things that really is pretty cool is here's Ryan Dillard, a walk-on, but a really talented, smart walk-on. And Ryan has told Marquise, I'm going to interfere with you, I'm going to grab you, I'm going to do things to you that they're going to do to you in games. And Marquise said, I forgot he told me that. Because he didn't get mad on the first grab. He did get mad on the second grab. He said, that's one grab too many. Yeah. And then he realized, oh yeah, he told me he was going to do that, which is why Marquise went up to TJ and said, I want to apologize to the defense right away. They didn't put him back in. And then he did apologize to the coaches, the defense, everybody. He said, you got to learn from your mistakes. I'm never going to do that again. But that was a walk-on, showing a star how you get better. I think, it's a really good combination of things that happened on that play, even though it was a bad play for USC.
Gerard Martinez with Dan Weber for USCFootball.com. Stay tuned to USCFootball.com for a lot more of Fall Camp, including Fall Camp Central, where you can see all these videos and all the highlights from Fall Camp archived. USCFootball.com. Stay tuned for more.